Good morning, Axial Scale Builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good start to your day. I'm exhausted right now, and I've got a million things going on. So we're shooting handheld because I didn't want to I just don't have the time to set everything all up right now. It's all set up for my other set still, so yeah. And I'm getting ready to head out to the Groundhog Rock Crawl event today, which is a 1-1 rock crawling event I like to go to every year. It's put on by the Deschutes County Four-Wheelers, so I'm pretty stoked. Gonna head out there, see some friends, watch some rock crawling. Maybe I'll vlog it a little bit, we'll see. But anyways, you guys be sure to head over to the ExtremeScalePerformance.com website. Enter your builds under the ScaleWars tab, and while you're at it, head over to the shop there. Pick up a shirt, a hoodie, a hat, something to represent for ESP. We have the old school logo and the new school logos available, so get your t-shirts while you can. I'm going to actually add the ScaleWars t-shirt, I think, as well. So if you want the ScaleWars shirt, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'll try to add that here soon. Basically, though, today's episode's all about them honchos, man. If you're not familiar with the Trail Honcho, the Trail Honcho is legendary. It is basically like it's like one of the original, if not the original. I forget. I think it's the original. Is it? I'm having a moment right now. I'm having a brain fart, but I think it's the original SCX10 platform, the original SCX10 body. And basically it's just a Toyota body in front, Toyota cab with like a back half cage, and it's just a cool rig, man. You can put in an interior, add like some scale accessories, like some details, just simple things, and next thing you know, you've got a scaled out Toyota trail rig. So they're a great starting point for a lot of folks. A lot of people can relate to what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys probably started there too. My yellow Jeep started life as a Trail Honcho even. So shout out to the Trail Honcho drivers out there. This episode's for you guys. That being said, let's get into it. See you guys on the battleground. Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome back to the ScaleWars Battleground. We've got 3 Trail Honchos to review today. It's going to be a fun series, but I'm also going to try to keep it nice and short, sweet, to the point. Basically, what I need you guys to do is jump in the comment section, help a brother out. Get in there, start leaving some feedback, start leaving some tips, some tricks. Basically, what you're going to do is you just review these builds alongside me, and it becomes more of a community effort here. And the more people that are involved, the more ideas that get swapped around, the more information that we can come up with, and basically the better off this show winds up being. I love to see the exchange of information. I love to see you guys giving feedback to the builders, and the builders are almost always right there in the comments with you guys watching the show. I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to have a spot every Saturday morning where you can go and hang out and see, you know, random builds get selected and everyone gets to review them together, and it's all positive, no negative. You know, there's a positive way to tell somebody that there's something wrong, or there's a positive way to show somebody how they can improve. So that's what it's all about, man. We're trying to get away from the negative stuff that you find a lot on Facebook and things. So no flame in here. Let's just keep it real. Let's dive into this, though. To the point. No slacking today. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in so we can get a nice clean shot of this truck. And while you guys are looking at this and basically giving it your initial thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and read through the information here. Well, it looks like this build is submitted to us from a gentleman named Andrew Lowry. And Andrew Lowry he's from Springville, Indiana, here in the USA. He is 56 years of age. It'd be nice if I could talk today. He has been subscribed to ESP for a very short time, he says. So I'm imagining he probably found this channel because of ScaleWars, is what I'm guessing. So that being said, welcome to the channel, Andrew. Glad to have you here, man. And thank you very much for submitting your build and for subscribing. I do appreciate that. And let's get into this. So it says he started building RCs in February of 2017. Wow, he just started, man. He is brand new, you guys. Welcome this man to the family, because that's what this is. That's all RC community is. It's a big family, especially a scale trailing scene, man. Welcome this gentleman. I hope to see you at Axial Fest too. You will have your mind blown if you show up at Axial Fest. And all right, project name, what does he call this? He calls it DEFCON 1. It's an Axial SCX10 Honcho. And as far as this detailed parts list, he says, what's he say here? Only been doing this for a couple of months, so I don't know anything. That's all right, man. We all got to start somewhere. You know how it goes. I'm sure you're a boss at something in life, so I'm sure I probably suck at whatever that is. So it's all good. No judgment, man. No judgment. The paint is black. He says some I had laying around. The tires are Super Swamper TSL 3X 1.9. So I'm guessing those are the XLs. And then the wheels are bead locks. He says he doesn't remember the vendor. I'm looking at them. They kind of look like Proline to me. You guys let him know in the comments. Don't those look like Prolines? They're almost like a scale replica of the race lines, maybe? I'm not really sure. Maybe they're the RC four-wheel drive ones in black. I'm not 100% sure myself. I'll let everybody kind of get a good look at those. He's got the axial wheel nut covers on there. The hubs, the scale hubs. I'm not 100% sure. My guess would be Proline. Now let's see. He says he's got the interior is a modified Wraith interior. The action figures, McFarlane, he says is who that is. I'm not familiar with McFarlane, but dude is strapped. Animated figures, head cinched with steering, or synced with steering, sorry, and then both driver and passenger. Oh, that's cool. So both of them move around. That's awesome. Animated steering, individual micro servos for each figure's heads and steering wheel. Gauges or stickers, but they're backlit. Oh, dude, for being new to this, you're killing it already. Forward oil barrel is part of the vehicle's survivor theme, but I use it for forward ballast to keep the front end down on high angle inclines. Curvature of the barrel also makes a great forward rock slider. Most custom components are simply repurposed parts from Axial provided parts tree. Thanks, Axial. That's awesome. Only been in the hobby for 2 months. No performance mods as of yet. Stock Axial components are working great for now. Loads of fun. And he says, thanks, man. You're welcome, man. Thank you for actually submitting this and for getting in on this. You're a great example of what I like to see. Build classification. Obviously, this one's going to be classified as a, well, he says crawler, U4, or bouncer. Okay. I would have classified it as a trail truck, but it's some pretty big tires. You know, I can see crawler status here. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it a 6, which isn't too bad. And, whoops, did not mean to do that. And then, as far as who we would like to give a shout out to, he says he would love to give a shout out to his RC crazed brother, Daniel Lowry. So shout out to Daniel Lowry. Hope you're watching, man. And if you are, get your build submitted as well. I'd like to see it on here. All right, so let's go ahead and get through these pictures here. Give him some feedback. What are you guys thinking so far? First thing I noticed was he made an attempt to hide those body pins using his jack. Props on that. I know it's hard to hide those body pins, and especially when you're new to it, man. Especially as new as you are. You haven't even been in this for a full year yet, so this is awesome. You're doing a killer job, bro. Like, no joke, you're doing a killer job. It looks like he removed the rock sliders, but he left the pegs on there. I would just go ahead and pull those pegs the rest of the way off, for those mounts right there for the rock sliders. Leave it open chassis, or get a new set of rock sliders that will actually come up and protect the body a little bit. But like I said, you know, if you're going for like the easy approach here and the quick, you know, like budget approach, I would just remove them, just get rid of them. The wheels and tires look great. Not a lot I could say there. Same thing I say to just about everybody. Throw some disc brakes, at least behind the front wheels there. Back ones are usually fine. I mean, you'd have drum brakes most of the time in the back on a lot of these pickups. I don't know about Toyotas though. I'm not too familiar with Toyotas. But what else? It looks like the body's sitting a little high on the chassis. I'd like to see it sit a little bit lower. I'm assuming it's sitting that high because of your interior and what you've got going on underneath of that interior. Kind of hard for me to tell though, but I like it, man. The scale accessories are looking great. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. I like it. It's cool. It's cool, especially for a beginner's build. Oh, let's look at the back here. Crazy. This thing, it's got like a cool, like, well, he said like a survivalist theme. I can see that now. You know, look at this, gun, rocket launcher, or like they're RPGs, I guess. You know, ammo boxes, gas. He's got fire extinguisher, old beat up Harley on here. Something he's salvaging, I guess. Chains and everything. It's cool. Look, there's the wheel for the Harley over there, the front wheel. It's just really cool, man. You did a cool thing. And I see here you got some sort of custom slider or something going on down there. We'll have to see that in another picture. It's looking good. Looking good. I like it. Thing's got a lot of theme to it. It's really cool looking. You know, it's one thing to build a complete custom hard body project like I like to do in or something like that, but that's not really feasible for a lot of people that are brand new to this. You have done exactly what I would have done when I first got into this. You made the best out of what you had and what you were capable of doing, and because you wanted to build something so bad, you just started doing it. You didn't wait until you knew everything or until you had it all figured out. You just started doing it. And I like that. You can see, like you said, you know, a lot of stuff was repurposed from the parts tree. And it's really cool, man. You used a Wraith interior, and you got just a lot of accessories on here already. Like, look at this. That's part of the light bucket mounts that off the Axial parts tree, but instead he's using them to hold his rocket launchers, you know. That's cool. That's the type of stuff I like to do. Same with, it looks like with the mounts for the high lift jack, you know. That's awesome. That's awesome. I really like to see that type of stuff. So props to you. You're really doing a good job. I'm not so sure about this big old barrel in the front. I think there's better ways to get your weight balance and stuff, but I understand why you're doing it. It makes sense. But as you progress, you know, I would say definitely just get a better front bumper on here. Get that body lowered down just a little bit. Maybe, you know, get something with a stinger on it, like a legitimate stinger and a winch on there. And then some lights, you know. I can't really tell if you have any lights in there or not. You said you have lights on the interior. But yeah, that's about what I would do as far as getting weight, you know, down low and up front. Beef Tubes makes a lot of products to get the weight down low in your axles. I highly recommend checking them out. A lot of different vendors you can go through to get their products, and then also you can weight your wheels, your tires. I'm sure you're aware of that. And then yeah, that's, you know, if you want weight on the chassis, you know, sprung weight. You can also use lead shot or lead weight and actually strap it to the chassis rails itself. But I don't really recommend that usually. I just say just weigh that front axle down real good. All right, on to the next photo. Let's whip through these here. It's a cool shot. We've already seen most of this here. It's looking good. There's definitely some custom skid action going on down there. This guy looks like he is out to do some dirty work. You got the revolver. It's awesome. That's really cool that you got their heads and everything already animated. That's a good shot. Alright, here we go. This is what I was looking for. There's the skid plates there. That's cool. I wonder what those are from. I don't remember reading about them. I'm trying to look back right now, but I don't really see nothing about them. Yeah, shoot, I don't see nothing about them, but they look like some custom-made rock sliders, which is pretty cool. Wild bore drive shafts, still running factory plastic links. Man, that's some gangster stuff. You're running OG right there. Those usually butter up pretty fast, so good job. Anything I'm missing here? You guys see anything? I mean, wiring is a little messy. You could probably tidy up that wiring a little bit. Just get that stuff hidden. Bring that wire up on the other side so you don't see it underneath there. This thing's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna be too critical on you because you just started up. You know, you've come a long way in a really short period of time. That's all I can say. Not too bad. I'm not a fan of these Phillips screws. As you can see right there, that one's stripped out, and that is exactly why. I just don't like Phillips screws. Plus, they just don't look that good. But other than that, you're doing good, man. This thing's not too bad. It's a little bland underneath. You could probably step it up for sure. The interior is awesome. I think you did a cool job with the interior. Oh, blowing up over here. Outside shot. Got that Punisher theme going on. You can see those wheels a lot better there. Yeah. It's a cool rig, man. Definitely a cool rig. I like it. Reminds me of like oh, there he is. There he is. There's Andrew Lowry. Shout out to you, buddy. I appreciate it. It's a good thing I wasn't too mean. You look like you beat me up. Awesome, man. Appreciate you entering your build. Hope to see you at Axial Fest. Definitely a cool rig, man. Definitely a cool rig. Be sure to jump in the comments, see what everybody has to say. You guys give them some feedback. And if you want to enter your builds, you've got a Honcho or something like this here going on, and it's you know, it's got to be an Axial-based build, of course. Go ahead and go to www.extremescaleperformance.com/scale wars.html, and you can enter your build. There's a entry form there. Just go ahead and read up on it. Make sure you've got all the requirements met, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you on the battleground. All right, on to the next entry. All right, you guys, we've got our second contestant today, another awesome honcho here, and this one comes from a gentleman named KERRY JOCHUMSEN. And I said that correct, I'm pretty sure, because he left a little thing here telling me how to pronounce it. Thank you for that, by the way. And KERRY is from Austin, Minnesota, I believe. MN. I don't know my states apparently today. And he is 42 years of age. He has been subscribed to ESP for over a year. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate them long-term subscriptions. Thank you very much for that, bro. I really do appreciate that. And thank you for entering your build today, too. Actually, you know what? I got to say something. I've noticed, as I've been going through all my emails and stuff, KERRY's actually submitted his build about 3 times, I think. 3 or 4 times now. And normally I'd be, like, irritated by that because, you know, the more you like enter your build before I get to the first entry of it or whatever, then the more it's just going to flood things out. But you know what? I give him props because he was persistent and he wasn't rude. He didn't leave anything, you know, any comments saying like, what the heck, I entered, why didn't you show my build? And I've had a couple of people do that and get pretty pissy because their builds weren't shown when they wanted them to be shown. So, you know what? Shout out to you, KERRY. I really appreciate your patience, man. I appreciate your persistence. And I've also noticed that you've improved your truck and your photography as you entered. So I do pay attention to those things, and I'm sorry, everybody, I don't respond to everyone. I just can't do that. But I do see I see all these entries, and I am going to work through them all. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's keep this rolling here. He started building RCs about a year ago, but also did it when he was young. So, okay, so it looks like you took a break, obviously, and then came back to it as an adult. And there's nothing wrong with that. I did the same thing. And you're doing a good job already, it looks like, from what I can see here. Now, this project name, he calls it Okay, he's named it after himself, KERRY JOCHUMSEN. All right, or maybe he just messed that up and put his own name in there. I don't know, but either way, that's that's kind of funny. All right, so detailed parts list. First of all, he says thank you for having this opportunity, and he says it is a brilliant idea. So many great tiny trucks. I enjoy watching your series on YouTube. You do a wonderful job. He says, it is a RTR Honcho I bought used off of well, before I start reading, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. But he says, it is a RTR Honcho I bought used off of eBay. It has an overdrive setup for the front axle, steel drive shafts, a ESS1 sound kit. Excuse me. And lights both external and in the cab. I eliminated the body post, but unfortunately there were holes that had to be filled with a Bondi pin. So I had to paint the hood. And what did he say here? I couldn't find matching paint for the black panels, but it works. RC 4-wheel drive 100mm shocks with 70mm internal springs, so the ride height looks stock, but you get better articulation. Slick move, running a little bit of droop there. He says it has a 35-turn Hackmoto motor with a FlySky GT3C and the stock speed control. He says I upgraded the servo when with a high-tech 7955 extra torque. I have modified the front bumper so it has more clearance and it is a better fit. And he says the tires and wheels are off-brand from eBay. I run them with no foams for extra tire contact. I look forward to seeing the next 3 trucks. I especially like the ones that have home-brewed mods versus aftermarket upgrades. It gives me so much inspiration. Hey, I like that, man. That's cool. It does with me, too. In this build classification, he classifies it as a trail truck. And as far as rating it on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it a 7. As far as who he would like to give a shout out to, sorry, I'm stumbling over myself there. He says, first of all, thank you for all the videos and the community you have created and inspired others. Also, RC Sparks Studio, RC Everyday, 720 Studios, all of RC, and basically the whole online crawling community. But most of all, my wife and kids for putting up with me. All right, awesome. Well, shout out to everybody there. It's all about this RC community thing, man. There doesn't really need to be hatred in it. I don't know why so much exists, and I like to do my part to get rid of that. So I'm glad folks like you notice, man, and I'm glad I'm able to help affect you in a positive manner. So awesome. Let's get into these pictures real quick. Let's try to blast through these. I don't want to spend too much time. Just immediate, my immediate opinion on this. I'm at a loss for words right now. I forgot what the word. My initial thoughts. There we go. My initial thoughts on this. It looks pretty good. I like that you tried to age it up. You didn't do the best job in the world with throwing the aging on there, but you did it, and I love that. You actually did a pretty good job. Actually, it's not that bad. I think I'm being a little too harsh. I think you did pretty good, actually. I see room for improvement, but it's a Lexan body, not a hard plastic one, and I forget that. And it looks pretty good. Honestly, it looks pretty good. What I would like to see done would be to basically tie all this rust together by drawing out like a little bit like, so try to follow my mouse here, like right here, have like you follow the bed lines. Now, technically speaking, I don't think this bed would be rusting because the style bed in real life, it'd be fiberglass. But let's pretend it's not fiberglass. And basically, you want to draw along the lines. So I would say a little bit more of this right here would be rusted out. So I would go ahead and chew into this a little bit just to take a little bit of meat away there and then rust in. Then I would take some black and put it on like a paper towel or on your finger and smudge and smear down to this and a little bit across here and then back down, so it looks like almost like over time it dripped and ran down the panel. You see what I'm saying? And then down into this, and then take a little black in your fingertip, maybe mix it with some rust and just rub it all in. You really got to rub it in basically so there's no fingerprints, but it's nice and smooth. And then maybe do a little bit more over here bring it in just a little bit, and then you take that black on a paper towel, and I'm talking very lightly, very, very lightly, just brush across everything here, just once or twice, and it'll just give it a cool texture, a cool look, make it look like it's beyond being just rust in certain spots. It's an aged effect. That's just how I like to do it anyways. You know, I just want to share that with you. And I love the overland sticker in the back. The PIAA sticker is nice. I really like what you're doing, man. Simple. The mirrors look good. Door handle looks good. Very nice. Very, very nice. Action shot. Getting it in. Man, I'm feeling kind of stuffed up tonight. Boom. I like it. Oh, exhaust. Just noticed that. Got an exhaust going on down there. It looks like you painted the axles. What am I seeing here? Spare looks good. Everything's looking good, man. It's real simple. Oh, there's a shovel on there, I just noticed. Everything's looking really good. These wheels, too, I think they're called... I forget what they're called, actually. But you can get these same tires from ATTIBUTION. It's looking good. Rusted up the whole cage. That's pretty cool. I like that. Even put some rust on the windshield wipers. Not too bad. It's a little aggressive and patchy, though. I would almost just smear it and thin it out. You know, this one over here looks a lot better. This looks super realistic, whereas this one just doesn't look as realistic. It looks almost orange, almost too much, you know, almost pink. I love it, though, man. Great job on just doing the little detailing. I love to see that. Underside, that's what I'm looking for. It's looking good. Nothing too fancy. Just some simple upgrades. Not bad. I like it. One thing I'm noticing is there is no wires showing except for this right here. These two just barely showing and they disappear. So that's another thing. Props on that. You did a good job on hiding the wires. Looks great. Front bumper trimmed up. Original Honcho bumper. You can't mistake that bumper for anything else. Yeah, I remember him being a little flimsy, but all in all, it looks pretty good on there. And the fact that you trimmed it up, I'm sure that helps. There's our interior shot. That's what I was looking for. I'm trying to... Sorry, I keep mumbling and stumbling over myself. I'm over here just kind of staring into the details. What do we got going on? Okay, so this is a sticker. He's got like a carbon fiber sticker over the top of that there. He's got all stickers for the dash, but it looks good. You know, it looks really good. He even got the stereo stickers in there. Looks nice. Dog sitting on the seat. Seat matches the dash. Steering wheel matches the dash. It doesn't look that good, honestly, with that on there like that, but it is cool that you did it, and it does match the dash. I like that. Kept it simple in there. Not too crazy. I would like to see some sort of, like stick shift or something right here, or a column shifter or something. Some sort of shift setup. Oh, got the pistol in the back. Got the rope. Looking good. Got the RC Spark sticker on there. I like it, man. You did a good job. Great job. Especially seeing as how you're pretty new to this yourself. There's a good profile shot of it. Looks like the bed and the cab are a little bit out of alignment. Like maybe the bed's sagging a little in the very back, or I'm not really sure, but it looks like the lines are off a little bit there. Does look good though. I'm digging it. It's almost like an overland rig. Oh, there he is right there. That's KERRY. Shout out to you, buddy. I appreciate you entering your build. This thing's dope. I like it. I really like it. And hopefully you will continue to improve on it. Another thing I just noticed too that I really like is these wheels and tires. These are some super, inexpensive, like, anyone can get these, they're super affordable, and he made them look really good. Like, they look really good. So shout out to you, KERRY. I appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work. I like to see stuff like this. Your build looks sweet, man, and hopefully I see it again. All right, on to the next build. All right, everybody, we have our third and final submission today. This thing's looking like a monster honcho here. This one is submitted to us from a gentleman named Mike Diddock. And Mike, thank you very much for adding the pronunciation for your last name. I always appreciate it when you guys do that because I don't like looking like a fool up here. So he is 37 years of age, and he is submitting this build all the way from Trenton, New Jersey. He is... well, it looks like he's been subscribed to ESP since late 2015. Thank you very much for that. It's quite a while now. And he started building RCs back in 87 or 88, he says. So that's a long time ago. That's quite a while ago, man. That's like the golden age, the original golden age of RC, back when it was really cool. Now, this project name in particular, he named it Frankendodge. It's an SCX10 Power Wagon. As far as his detailed parts list goes, it's got a 35-turn stock bomber motor, Axial AE5 ESC, Traxxas top qualifier radio and receiver, Team RAF 10-to-1 gear reduction unit, which piques my interest, custom fabbed front motor mount, that also piques my interest. Hot Racing 140mm HD drive shafts, aluminum C-hubs and knuckles, RC four-wheel drive, Rampage winch bumper, Warn winch, wireless winch controller, light bar, aluminum D-rings, roof rack, Kong XL hook, snatch block, 2.2 Dick CPEC aluminum 3-piece beadlock wheels, 2.2 Super Swamper boggers that are cut, Axial wild bore mid-shaft shortened, mid-shaft, see, I think he's running a ESP anti-spur setup. SCX10 Honcho rear bed cage, 3D printed rear light bar, custom rear leaf spring conversion with traction bars to stop the insane wheel hop it had with the torque from the 10-to-1 reduction unit, and it being almost a 20-pound truck. Front long arm kit, 4-link, junior high torque metal gear servo, 1/8 scale modded Dodge Mega Cab. Body, not the body I'm staying with. I've had it a long time from a very old gas truck I had. I plan on doing a second-gen extended cab body to match my 1.1 truck. Okay. Custom interior from a Walmart buggy. And still in progress. He says, it's my first shot at an interior, so don't laugh. LOL. Don't worry, man. I ain't gonna judge you. Well, I mean, I'm judging you. Obviously, you submitted it for that, but I'm not gonna make fun of you. Full flat black undercarriage to give it a more scale look. Custom floorboards and aluminum wheel wells. Axles are stock geared plastic housing. All metal portal axles in the mix. This build classification, he classifies it as a monster truck / mud truck. Well, that's the... I give classification options. That's the one he picked. He also classifies it as... I guess that's it. Yeah, okay, so I thought it was going to say a trail truck or something. As far as rating his own build, he says a 5 or a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, 5 or a 6. And I don't know why I thought you could only leave 1, but he's got 2 here. He's got 5 and 6. So now, who would you like to give a shout out to? It says for him, he would like to give a shout out to his beautiful girlfriend for being part of his hobby. I'll just read it verbatim. He says, my beautiful girlfriend for being part of my hobby, and my dog Taz, 113-pound pit, for not eating my truck when I'm out trailing, crawling, or mudding. LOL. Axial for making an amazing product. ESP, aka Josh, for getting me more into the scale part of RC. Awesome, man. Well, shout out to all those folks, and thank you very much for shouting me out as well. I really appreciate that. And glad I can play a role, man. Always nice to know that I play some sort of role in getting people, into the scale side of this. So let's see, what do we got here? I feel like I'm losing my voice almost. I'm digging it. Immediate thoughts. It is huge. It seems oversized for sure. It's definitely big. Body pins showing. Not my favorite, obviously, but sorry about that. It is what it is. Could be worse. He said he's getting rid of his body anyways to switch out to another one, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. It looks cool though. It looks cool. Got the big flares on it. Love that you got the interior going on in there. Winch is in an active position. Looks like he definitely uses that winch, so I have a feeling he uses this for some serious trailing, possibly some Recon G6 action. Oh man, I just got a bad case of yawns. I don't know where that came from. What else am I seeing here? It looks like bullet holes all on the side of it. Is that what you did there? Definitely looks like bullet holes. Lacking some detail, no mirrors or anything like that. But that's alright. I mean, like you said, this isn't the end goal here. You've got a different body in mind, so it's hard, which makes it hard for me to judge something that I know you're not going to have probably by the time that this came out. So, but it's all right. Next picture, that's what I was after. He has a front motor mount setup, and I am assuming this is an ESP style anti-spur setup. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I can see the drive shaft action. Awesome. I also like that you made the hood open. That's really cool too. Big fan of that. Looks great. Oh, here's the back, man. I'm getting all stuffed up right now. Oh, I can see the leaf springs poking through. You should get a spare tire back in there for sure, though. That would definitely look a lot better with the spare tire mounted back in there. It looks kind of empty and blank right now. What is... Okay, that's part of the thing there. Alright. Not too bad. Could use some scale accessories back there. Definitely. And up on top, you got all this room to put some scale accessories. I'm not really seeing anything. Underneath, I like that you painted it all black. A lot of people have caught on by now that I like that. If you're wanting to get just that realistic kind of scale look, and you don't have a bunch of fancy parts underneath your truck, just go ahead and spray everything black under there, man. It just really changes the whole tone of it. And when it goes by, it just looks proper. There's a good shot. Oh, another thing I want to see, how's your cable management? I don't see anything bad. It's looking pretty good. I see what looks like a couple of cables, but they're all blacked out, so. Mud. Lots of mud. Looking good. Got the big skull on the hood. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool rig, man. I like the, I really like this rooftop, roof rack here. I like that. Looks good. Light bar looks good up there. This thing definitely looks like it goes places. And there she is. All her glory. Looks good. The interior looks like it's had like, like it's been flooded in I don't know. Like it was in a mudslide, maybe. Oh my lord, look at that. Yeah. I'm not going to pick on your interior too much. I know you told me to go easy on you, but it's actually not that bad. It's full of dirt, so it's not very realistic. I'd like to see it all cleaned out and then get some characters in there, but yeah, not too bad at all. Oh, there he is. That is Mr. Mike. I want to make sure I say his last name right. Mr. Mike Diddock. And I'm digging your truck, man. It's a cool truck. Awesome. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you entering your build. Really, for me personally, I think the wheel tire combo is a little oversized. It's definitely large. I'd like to see it taken down a little, but that's because I prefer the small tire type rigs. Everybody's got a different preference, so I'm not really going to go crazy on you over that. I like that you got the body down fairly low. You know, it sits proportionate to the chassis. It could go a little lower possibly, but it looks pretty good. All in all, man, you did a good job. I'm sure the truck's a blast to drive. And yeah, not too bad at all. You guys get in the comments, give him some feedback. What do you think? Do you think he should take it down a notch in tires? Do you think he should switch the body up? He said he is going to. I mean, he's planning on building a replica of his 1.1. That's awesome. I would want to do the same thing. You know, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's probably fun to drive, that's for sure. I'd love to know more about your setup. I didn't see your transmission in there, but I could tell that it was an axial one. It was offset. And I would like to see, yeah, I'd like to see more, maybe with the body off too, so we could really get a good idea what's going on in there. But, dude, thank you very much for entering. Stoked to see that you've been watching the show, watching the channel, picking up some tips and some tricks here and there. Definitely noticed the ESP anti-spur setup. The rear leaf springs are awesome. Just overall, good job, man. Good job. You guys, I'm going to get up out of here. If you want to submit your builds, you know what to do. Go to my website, www.extremescaleperformance.com/ scale-wars.html, and you can fill out the form there. Go ahead, submit your photos. Remember, give it some time. It takes like 5 minutes sometimes for all those pictures and everything to go through properly. So if you're submitting it and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not working, I got to refresh or whatever, don't do that. Just give it some time, let it go through, and if it doesn't, you know, after 5-10 minutes, then go ahead and retry. But yeah, and then if you want to follow the scores and see what everybody got today and what everybody's gotten, the previous episodes, scroll down past the form on my website, and you can actually keep track of all the scores. There's a scoreboard there. So, anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout out to everybody that submitted their builds today. Shout out to Axial, and shout out to the RC community in general. I'll see you guys at Axial Fest. You know what it is, fam. Piece of chicken grease. Yeah.